Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome in. This is my podcast where I talk about all about my making journey, basically anything that I'm crafting around with at the moment, which could be anything because I dabble in a lot. You can find me on Instagram as Angel's Cottage. You can find me on Ravelry as Arcania. And you can find me on Etsy as Angel's Cottage Shop. So, um, quick announcement about the make along that I mentioned in the last pod. I have decided to push it to September 15th through November 30th. Things just got a little crazy for me, and it wasn't feasible for me to start it on the 1st. Um, so, I will be doing an Instagram post about that, which will have more details, but I will link below the crochet and knit bundles that I've created on Ravelry. Some of the patterns are free, some are paid. None of them are my pattern, but they are ones that I've found that will work for this. So the make along, if you don't know, is going to be a knit or crochet, sort of like an ornament make along, but it doesn't have to be something that goes on a tree. It could be something that goes on a gift, or anything like that. Yeah, I mean, it could really just be anything. It could be something that is small enough to go on a handmade banner. I think is what you would call that. Like a banner is the only word I've got, but now that's gonna bother me. Anyway, um, I will be giving out prizes, and I will have some shop updates with things that will go along with that. So, some of the prizes will include like um, maybe a mini skein set from a dyer, some uh, other things that I can't reveal just yet. But just stay tuned for that. I will have some mini skein sets in my shop, and then I will have some mini sock blockers and mini like hangers so that you can put, like, if you make a tiny sweater, you can put it on a little hanger and hang it up on your tree or attach it to your gift, whatever you want to do with it, your banner even. Banner is still not the right word. That's gonna bug me. Um, but yeah, I like I said, I will be posting an Instagram post about that really soon, um, with more details. So with that out of the way, let's talk about finished objects. So last week, I believe, I was working on this pair of socks for my husband, and they're finished now. They still need to be blocked. I just kind of threw them on the sock blocker to show you. Um, and this is Sorella yarn in Sea Oats, and then this is Area 51 fibers in Guide to the Galaxy. Um, so that's the first one. And the second one is a pair for me. And this was part of my Google Pics. Uh, the first one, Google Pics My Projects video. Oh gosh, ow. This was part of my Google Pics My Project video. Um, and I decided to do, it's supposed to be Vanilla Plus for myself, so I did ribbing. See if you can kind of see some of that. There's some up here too. But I did the pair of pearls, so there's where there's ribbing, it's like two sets of pearl stitches in a row. And I think that they came out really nice. This is a handful of yarn on her fingering weight base. I believe it was 80/20 superwash merino. And so was this, by the way. Both of them were 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. And this is the witch from her Howl's Moving Castle collection that she does not have anymore. So now let's get into works in progress. Um, we'll start with my spontaneous cast on. Not really spontaneous. I finished a pair of socks, so I told myself it was okay to cast on another pair of socks. But this is another pair for my husband. This is just the vanilla sock. And then this is um, the We Hate Rachel Green Club, which is from Friends. And the dyer is That Yarn Habit. And this is their 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon. But the difference is this is 4 ply, whereas the other ones were 2 ply. So that's that. This is the first sock. Um, just kind of been working on it here and there. The next work in progress that I have is my Loveland Light shawl. So I think this made it on the last pod. I'm not really sure, but I had finished a pair of socks, and I might have mentioned this in the past. Basically, I had so many works in progress or so many projects that I want to start that I was starting to get like decision overwhelm or paralysis where I just wasn't working on anything. And so my husband kind of noticed and he was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "I don't know what to work on. I have so much stuff." And so then he was like, "Why don't you just work on like 3 main projects at one time and kind of go from there? And when you finish one, you can pick up another one or start something new." And so that's what I've been doing. And it's been really kind of helping me chisel this out. So this was actually from my Whip It or Frog It video that I did a while back. And I'm trying to finish this. So I've added in this color. And this is, okay, so this is Sorella yarn. And so is this. But this is Poor Unfortunate Souls. And then this main one here is Thingamabob. And this is on their old classic stock base, which was 100% superwash merino. And it's 4 ply. Um, so I've had this on the needles for a while, or hook on the hook for a while, because it's Tunisian crochet, and the pattern is by Tony Lipsy. But hopefully I can keep chipping away at this one and get it done. Now I will say, I just mentioned that I have kind of a little deal with myself where I work on 3 projects at a time, and you're going to see there's more than 3 projects here. And the reason for that is there was a caveat that I will work on 3 projects at a time and I will finish one before starting a new one. But as soon as I get kind of bored with one, I can swap it out. So this one, I got a little stuck. I need to finish the row that I'm working on, and then I should just be good to go and keep working on it. I just got a little held up. So I set this one to the side so that I could work on my Tolsta tee. So you'll see here we've got a sleeve. We've got a sleeve. And I'm working on the other sleeve right over here. It's almost ready for the ribbing, and then this needs a block and it'll be done. But basically, um, I met up with a friend who showed me how to pick up stitches for a sleeve, and that's how we end up with a sleeve here. And that's how this one's going to be a sleeve soon. So that is my Tolsta tee. This is Sorella yarn. The old base, and this is Scuttle. So this is their 100% superwash merino wool, and it's 4 ply. And then the last knit work in progress is my Carlisle. So I have finished the ribbing down here at the bottom, and then I did the folded hem. My little tail is sticking out, but I'll take care of that. And then before I start the sleeves on this, I want to block it and just kind of see what I'm working with, and then see how much more I actually need to do for the sleeves and determine um, how to decrease at that rate, because this is such a deep raglan that the sleeves come to, like, I want to say here-ish on me. Pretty pretty far down, I feel like, for a sleeve, but I um just want to block it and kind of see how much I'm sweater, how much sleeve I'm going to need. And so then I'll go from there. And this is The Carlisle DK, which was in testing, it's on pause right now. But this colorway is Smoke Show by Treehouse Knits on their Tweed DK base. It's my all-time favorite color. Every time they have it, I want it. Okay, so that is it for like knit crochet works in progress. I've got a little bit of spinning here that I did last week. Um, and so you might remember I had a Nanette Wake braid. I applied a little less than half of it, I think, on white, and so that was my other one that I showed, but this is it plied up on itself, and this is 50% merino, 50% targi, and I'm just letting it rest. After that, I will skein it up, wash and whack, and then we'll see what we got from there. But this is the color Mythic, and it's really, really pretty. My other one is 100% blue faced luster, and this was actually two different colorways that I applied together. So I'll insert a picture here of the first one, which was Villains, and then the second one, which was Pop Art, and this is by Blarney Yarns, and this is what they look like applied together. And again, I'm letting it rest before I go ahead and wash and whack. I found that the difference between the Merino Targi, which is what I was used to, and the Blue Face Luster was that the Blue Face Luster was much softer, but I had to draft longer, if that makes sense, because the staple was longer. So that took a little bit of getting used to. The last one is Desert Panda Fiber Arts in Rambouillet, and this is Ember. This is only half of it, um, but yeah, I think it's really pretty. The funniest thing to me about spinning is I'm going for colors to spin and ply up that are totally out of my comfort zone. Like I have nothing against the color orange, but it doesn't really, I feel like, look good next to my skin. I could be totally wrong. Um, but the same thing is true with like yellow and certain greens, like this really chartreusey kind of green right here that's mixed in with this orange. I just feel like it doesn't look super flattering next to my skin, but I'm having fun with it, and that is definitely something that matters to me. So that's about it for works in progress. And then I don't have much in the way of acquisitions, but I did get my Yarnable this month. So Yarnable is a monthly subscription service, and they have different levels. So you can get one fingering weight or one DK weight in a month, or you can get two of fingering or DK, or you can get um, a 100 gram skein and a 50 gram skein, depending on your base, and it will be like a coordinating one. And so that's the one that I do. But this is the one for September. I think I might have mentioned earlier in the year that I've been, excuse me, I've been a little bit more selective about the yarnables that I receive. So they do give you the ability to peek ahead and see if it's one that you want to get or not. And I've actually been doing that this year because I have a lot of skeins and I want to work through them. So I decided to be a little bit more choosy of which ones I was getting or not. So that's why you haven't seen Yarnable for a while, is because I've opted in or out of getting it. But this month I got it. So they sent you 12 Apple bag clips, and I don't know about you, but I never know where my bag clips go. Um, They just disappear. I know that sometimes my kids will like pick them up and play with them, so maybe that's what happens. But I never find them later, so I don't know. And then we got this apple cinnamon mug muffin, and on the back it has instructions for like how to make it, and it gives you all the information for like nutrition facts on the back. And then they gave you this apple Swedish dishcloth, which I love these. I think the first one I ever got was in a Yarnable last year. It was like covered in yarn. I still have it. But Costco, I believe it was, had some of these types of cloths, and I bought them, and I love them. So I'm happy to have a new edition with a different print on it. And now for the yarn. So I get a skein and a half when I do get it, and it's fingering weight, which is 85% superwash merino, 15% nylon, and this is this month. So we have insider information and happily ever after. So nice. Um, that's pretty much it. I think this is going to be a quick one. I'm supposed to be reading Rabid by Raven Kennedy and Ivy Asher, but I've lost my reading mojo. So I've been listening to Tales from the Sneaky Dragon on Spotify, which is a Dungeons and Dragons podcast. If you didn't know, hi, I'm a huge nerd. Um, I don't actually play D&D, but I've wanted to for some time now. I just don't know how to find a group. But I've been listening to this podcast, and it's really entertaining and a lot of fun. And so I've been loving that. It's kind of cool to hear them go on their adventure and play that. But short and sweet, that's pretty much it. I mean, I've got nothing else. So if you like this video, make sure to give me a thumbs up so I keep making these types of videos. If you are not subscribed already, hit that subscribe button so that you can follow along on this wonderful little making journey, and hit that bell icon so you be notified of every single time I upload a new video. Thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.